Joining us now is Sidney Powell, terrific American, also General Flynn's attorney, and we're delighted to have you with us. I could only imagine when you got that ruling by this court, but what your face must have looked like, Sidney. I can tell you this. I think most Americans are furious at what now they see as judicial corruption. This is outrageous what we're watching. Your thoughts?
Well, they certainly are getting an education in what has become of our federal judiciary, Lou. I call this the Michael Flynn exception to the rule of law. The courts made it up as it went along for the majority decision. The dissents by Judges Rao and Henderson are excellent. I would commend those to everyone's reading as they actually rely on the law. But, yeah, it's quite remarkable.
So what happens now? It sounds as though the appellate court just said to the district court judge, you know, it's okay. Why don't you play prosecutor here and carry out a case against the Justice Department to see whether or not, for the first time, as far as we know, the Justice Department doesn't have the right to dismiss a case. And General Flynn has, by the way, no constitutional standing of any kind, and the hell with the man, because he just served the country honorably and with great distinction and valor. And so just try to persecute him as long as you possibly can. 4 years now in the effort.
That's the essential determination of the court. It's hard to read it any other way. It's nothing short of appalling, and these are important constitutional issues at stake here, not just for Michael Flynn, but for the country as a whole and for the Department of Justice and how the Department of Justice functions vis-a-vis the federal courts. So I would not say this is the end of this. I think there is going to be more litigation to come, unfortunately, but we'll keep going until the court gets it right.
Is there, before I ask some of the procedural questions here, is there any reason why we should expect anything other than Emmett Sullivan to continue his outrage against General Flynn and persist in this?
No, absolutely not. I mean, he's made very clear his hatred of General Flynn, and he relied on extrajudicial sources from the news media and from a Washington Post op-ed by the man he chose to step in and pile on against General Flynn in the process of making these rulings. And the Court of Appeals just rubber stamps whatever he wants to do.
Is there any point at which the Chief Justice of the United States is so embarrassed and so ashamed of what has become of the federal judiciary and its obvious political corruption that without prompting from any quarter, he would reach down to the appellate court and to this district court judge and say, do what is right and end this now?
I wish he would, but I don't know that he'll do that without a petition for writ of certiorari. But that may be the direction we have to go in next. We're considering several alternatives right now.
Including seeking an emergency determination by the Supreme Court?
Yes, definitely.
Sidney Powell, you are a warrior, and man, oh man, have you been tested by this group of judicial thugs on the D.C. appellate circuit.